As a minority, I feel that every minority in the United States is protected by the Constitution. All minorities, no matter what their preference is, are protected and deserve protection under the Constitution. For if we deny any group, any minority group, protection under the Constitution, we would be doing a disservice not only to that group, but to ourselves. And what I read in the Bible is Christ didn't deny anybody. So why should I? Everybody deserves protection in this country who are American citizens. And since I am a Latino or Hispanic, whatever you want to call me, because I'm Puerto Rican, I am Mexican with Mayan and Yaqui Indian, and I'm Panamanian. So, yes, those 11 million immigrants who are here should become American citizens. They're already contributing to our nation's coffers. So since they're already contributing and they can't, as of yet, vote, get minimum wage, I think they've earned a right to become American citizens. Only bigots don't want them to be citizens. And I see on the Republican side quite a few Hispanics who immigrated here, who aren't, Puerto Rican, because Puerto Rico became a possession of the United States after the Spanish-American War. So we're Americans. And as a Latino, no one should be denied American citizenship. We need to fix the immigration laws. We need to let those 11 million immigrants who might be here illegally, but morally, they came here for the same reasons your forefathers came here, for a better life, to give their children a better chance. And each immigrant group that comes here has added to America. I'm proud to say that I was born and raised in New York, because Miss America came from New York State, and her family immigrated here from India. So that makes me proud to be a New Yorker, that an immigrant who works hard can succeed. And I'm for letting more immigrants into this country, from every country, not only from South America, because they add to this country. because they're hard workers. I work next to people on some jobs where they didn't work hard. They didn't want to work hard. They already made it, and they knew how to write up their scripts, so they would, get credit for the jobs they did, for every little thing. And they would disappear, so they didn't have to do any extra work. And those Americans have been here a long time, their families. Well, one wasn't, but the other one was. But they were American citizens. So why not let immigrants who will work much harder than quite a few Americans into this country? Because every immigrant group that came to this country had to work harder so their children would have more. And I think it's shameful that some in the Republican Party don't seem to want to let Hispanics here. And from the remarks they have stated, it's quite evident to me it's racial. And that's a shame. It's quite evident to me that even our president, who was elected by the majority of Americans, has to fight an uphill battle because he's a black American. And that's shameful that some in the Republican Party are racist. And he has done, I would say, most of the stuff he's done for the people. I may not agree on the spy things, but on the majority, he has done what he has promised. He has worked for the majority of Americans, where I see the Republican Party working against America, working against the American people. So if you're fair-minded, give every minority group a chance to succeed in this country, because that's their constitutional right. We should judge people by what's in their hearts and their minds, not by the color of their skin, their religion, because that's ridiculous. Those divisions are put there so the few remain on top. We all have the same problems in this country. We're all looking for a fair shake, and the Constitution guarantees that. We need our Congress and Senate to start working for the American people instead of costing us $24 billion. Thank you, Ted Cruz, for costing America so much money just so you could get publicity, because you should have known, you're an intelligent man. You went to some of the best schools that my family couldn't afford. And your parents immigrated here. In fact, almost everybody's parents immigrated here. So let's be fair to all Americans and those who want to become Americans, who will make this country stronger. No group should be excluded because our Constitution guarantees it. And I always remember what's at the foot of the Statue of Liberty. Bring me your people, because America will accept them. Nothing should have changed. We should accept all immigrants because they add to the flavor of America. They make America stronger. So I hope you write or call your congressman and senator, Republican and Democrat. Demand that they should make the healthcare system even better, not worse, not rejected. Why can't they give us what they got, the Senate and the Congress? Why must the Republican Tea Party want to deny Americans what they are getting because they are senators and congressmen? The American taxpayers pay for their affordable health care. And I like to see the insurance companies cut out and the government do it all. That would save even more money. So, Republican Tea Party, you claim you want to save money. Well, save it by having the government do everything. Cut out the insurance companies that are in it for a profit. Cut out those rich farmers and some elected by the Republican Tea Party who have made large sums of money on their ranches or farms and don't want to help the poor, which is, I don't know, our Christian duty. Even though I believe of separation of church and state, that's one thing, I believe it. After all, wasn't it the Senate and the Congress that shipped those jobs overseas? And why is the Republican Tea Party attacking women's rights? You think you're better than God? How dare you? God gave freedom of choice. And I think in our Constitution we have that freedom. So why are you taking it away from women? Their decision is their decision. That's between them and God. What I feel I should do and what they feel they should do, they should do. We're not harming anybody. Freedom of choice is part of our Constitution. Republican Tea Party. And why does the Republican Tea Party want to do away with regulations? Didn't they learn anything from what the Republican caused, this recession and shipping jobs overseas? Smell the coffee. Read the Bible. Because God doesn't force anybody to do anything. We have freedom of choice. That's what he gave mankind. The only race, the one race we all are, mankind. So what if somebody's color is different, or their eyes are different, or they choose to live differently, as long as they do no harm to others? We have no right to interfere. And I can't see why, as an American who believes in the Constitution, freedom of choice, that we have a Republican Party that wants to deny the American people freedom of choice. America is for all, not for the special few. And you Republicans need to understand that. And if you can't, you should not be in the Senate or the Congress. You are hired to do a job. That's what you are elected to do, a job in Congress and the Senate, upholding the American Constitution, making laws that make sense, like an Affordable Health Care Act. You know, you could have been on board and getting the accolades that will come to the Democratic Party. Unfortunately, not the Republican Party. When you guys did something like the drug program you put in, it wasn't for the American people, but the drug companies. And then the person who did it for the Republican Party worked for the same drug companies he helped out. When are you people in the Republican Party going to start working for the people?